Women don't have a working brain. In your Bible, it says,
God told Adam and Eve, do not eat from the tree of knowledge.
a snake told Eve to eat from the tree of knowledge, and she ate it and it fucked everything up. A woman single-handedly caused the downfall of mankind. Eve thought she could make a better decision than God. That's why you don't let no gyal control your life. They don't know nothing since the beginning of time.
Bible means basic instructions before leave earth.
So it's showing you men have superior intuition, not simps. Simps fall for manipulation tactics such as mirroring. Mirroring is when females evaluate what you need in a relationship so they pose as a perfect match for you, making it seem like it's love at first sight. It's a tactic they use to bring your guards down so they can fill whatever agenda they need. Take your money, shit like that. Women are actresses. Playing innocent is a tactic they use, crying is a tactic they use, and it's all designed to make you feel bad. Y'all get into an argument, she starts crying. Mind you, she's wrong the whole time. But since she's crying, she gets you to apologize to her. This is called female manipulation. And don't get fooled. It's power dressed up as helplessness. Always remember, the power is in their mouths and their toto. They know this. Think about Deshae Frost. He needed chill before his lust destroys him. They would throw a random baba a bag to make up lies about him. Remember Tory Lanez and Megan and DDG and his baby mom? You getting it now? Females mainly attack those who's goofy and weak to flesh, mad lustful. Females also file for divorce more than men, meaning they lack the intuition to choose the right man. What intuition do these females have with all these single baby mothers out here? So, are women evil? Yes, the Bible tells us about the Jezebel spirit. They want control over your energy because Jezebels hate prophets, right? As soon as she shows you signs that she actually hates you and that she was just buttering you up, telling you what you want to hear, basically mirroring your energy to get you to pay for her nails and buy food, never speak to her again. Block her. She gonna say you acting zesty after you block her, but that's just a manipulation tactic. Understand that you're blocking her to protect your energy. Women are pure evil, naturally. Not even how they deal with men and kids is what makes them evil, but how they deal with each other. Women are jealous of each other, conniving, deceiving. They're driven by emotion. They're never wrong, always the victims. Master manipulators. Yo, bro, there's no reason to chase Toto. It feels good for a moment, but after you bust it, it's like, what? Focus on your God-given purpose. Unless her Toto shooting out money every time you thrust it, don't chase it, gang.
This is the response to Jenna Rose about women lacking intuition. They don't have intuition. He looks at it as from the perspective, the red pill perspective. I was like red pill. Now I'm looking for like a higher perspective. You know what I'm saying? I'm about these women. Not that he's like hate women or whatever. He hates them. I hate their ass. I hate all of them. Their ass is evil and demons. But I'm going to give you the higher perspective, right? The women, right? The reason why they're evil because the feminine, the darkness, could be ruled and engrossed by evil. Since it's tempted field. It's mirroring field. It just mirrors. You know what I'm saying? If it's not led in the right direction, it's going to fall for evil. That's why they say women are easily to kind of be manipulated. They're easy to be manipulated. And they also could be manipulated because that field, you know what I'm saying, that they have. Especially the feminine is like the magnetic field. It could like lure you and lure everybody. And it could kind of like confuse us and throw us off our game a little bit because he looks a certain way, but behind that is something offered. It's a overbearing, contrasting energy behind that, but you don't see it because you're blinded by the field, like how she is. We got to look at her true energy, her intentions. That's the power they have, is they're able to conceal their intentions, you know? I don't know about women having like intuition, because I used to hear that a lot, and it's like, women having intuition, why do they choose these no good piece of shit, felon, offender, public offender type of people, and they have kids with them? When a woman chooses a guy, right, and she does things, we could say it's intuition, but it's really not. It's usually their mind doing that and their body, something that just happens. It's not like they consciously make the choice to, you know. You know, that's just what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because I see a lot of women saying women are intuition, they could do that. And then you see how their life is. Their life is falling apart. If that was the case, then you use that same intuition to make the right decisions. But you know, women are blocked from their higher senses because the way they live, the stuff they put on themselves. So it's hard for them to kind of access that. And plus they're emotional. The emotional could be an insight, especially picking the right mates, picking the weaker mates and the strong mates, because that emotions can actually be used. It's actually a part of the hemisphere in their brain to pick a body. So that may actually be guiding her. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say this about women. I don't know about this intuition Disney fairy tale cartoon shit, but women know the difference between a weak guy and a strong guy. Their brains know it. Their brains is doing the choosing. So when a woman chooses you, that's not her. That is her brain choosing it. You think it's her, but it's not. You know, because women are highly unconscious. They live in the moment. They don't care. You see how they live. You know what I'm saying? And 10 years later, now they want to blame the whole world. It's like, girl, was you asleep? Because that's just how they are. They're blocked from their senses. Man, we have no choice but to live in reality. We have to be logical. It's a crazy world out here, bro. You know? Nobody's going to assume this girl's going to do anything crazy. So they don't really have to have the high street smarts. You know what I'm saying? You go outside, you see a girl on her phone. Like, girl, get off your phone. Get the fuck off your phone. And then guys, we don't do that. We look around like, we not just going, nah, bro. We just know that this shit is really just not a game out here. But women, they kind of lack that because they're blocked. You know? So they don't pick the right mates. They actually fall for their emotions and always pick the wrong mates. It's designed that way. And women becoming Jezebels and demons, they're really just following demonic energies. Look how they dress. Look at the tattoos. Look at all that stuff. They're following the Jezebel type of energy. They're becoming that. Before a time, these women were normal women. They're probably virgins. But they became worldly. And that energy consumed them. And they thought it was right. The information. Now they're fucked. Women shouldn't, you know, they say that it's follow man because information, because women took the information. You know, they tricked our women to accept this information, and now we're in this shitty ass reality, and it's resetting itself. And this information has destroyed us. It destroyed our language. It destroyed our civilization. Now we're in this reality. So part of that is at fault and a mistake of the woman, because the feminine, the subconscious can't tell the difference between the reality and the opposing reality, the appearing reality. So they get tricked. So they got to get led. I don't want to say control because I hate that word control, but it got to be geared to the right direction so the energy is used right. But you see how these women's energies, they're demonic. They give you this look, you know? And I went on Instagram, I saw this, I could say attractive woman. I could call her fine shit, but I look close in her eyes, this woman is a demon, bro. That's what stops me from like falling for these women, because I know a lot of them have demonic energies inside of them. But women don't think about that. They gonna fuck because they trap based on their emotions. They have not raised past their senses. These women be eating all this garbage food. I eat it sometimes, but I don't eat it like all the time. They eat all this meat. Like, when was the last time you seen a woman that's a vegan? I've never seen a woman that's like a vegan like that. Of course, you got the fake ones out here, but these women be eating a lot of red meat. You know what I'm saying? They be eating all this shit. I'm like, bro, you gotta chill. That's why they're like, these women are like animalistic. And plus they're emotional. That's a walking, talking beast. Fucking landscapers, bro. They so fucking loud, bro. I'm making a video, bro. Have some respect, bro. Respect me. Damn, bro, you cutting the landscape. Y'all loud as shit. But imagine you being an animal controlled by your emotions. Look at these households. could use my mom for example. She's insane sometimes. She's always like, oh my God, bro. And these houses are ran by women. You see the fall of these. You see what I'm saying, bro? It's their energy is not being geared right, especially the information. So she becomes an animal. She becomes demonic. Women are selfish because their emotions only wants to feed on that emotions. It's going to do anything to feed on itself. They are selfish. You know? You know? They try to look for justification or that. That's how the emotion is ego. You know? So men are cut from the natural intuition they're supposed to have, not this fake internet one or spiritual one online, to pick the right person because how they live, you know, is really supposed to tell which guy is strong, which guy is weak or that. But these women nowadays, they're animals. They eat 20 chicken wings a day, 20 burgers and all this nonsense. So they're like animals. Now I don't even think it's possible for them to tap into that part of them because how just low vibrational they are and how evil. So I could just say that a lot of them are just Jezebels and Liliths walking around, and I would just run away so far from them because they're just evil, you know. Now they come up with this shaming tactics to throw you off and make you feel a certain way, so you don't think of that perspective of you knowing what they are, just knowing. So they try to throw you off, make you seem. You see, they have these manipulative tactics. They don't even want to accept change because that's just what they are. You know, they're Jezebels. They're not going to change. They're consumed by the evil. The Bible even says it. The people who wrote this made it to be that way. They warned you. You know? Women are going to be the fall of this civilization. At least 50 to 60% of it in this country. We got blinded by it. They tricked us. It was kind of not our fault a little bit. And now we're dealing with this bullshit. The rest of the guys with awareness, we got to pick up the pieces and we got to just walk into the 5D and not get fucked up. There's a lot of bullshit out here. Yesterday I was walking, right? I was going to the library and this young girl, bro, I don't think she's about more than 13. We're true grown men walking inside the library and she gave me this evil look. Look up me and down with an evil, like, have some respect. You see, that woman, right? She has some entities walking through her, some negative energies. Her attitude is negative. It's eerie. You know, it's you know how you feel good and you feel bad? That means your vessel's too open. You're having things come inside of you. And that's what a lot of these women are. So they're walking around as if they're demons, like they're possessed. Like, what the hell's wrong with them? They don't understand that. They're not balanced. And I don't even think they will be balanced. Right? Like, I don't know why you see us then, you don't know. You're like, where's your, like, parents? Like, you just look like, this is weird, man. Because they're just evil. They're just like that. The people who wrote the Bible noticed and understood this about women, and they weaponize it. You know, he is right, bro. They lack. They're lack from that because their emotions in the brain, the words, like they caught up with it. These women go to college, all that, with a degree, have a good career, and they think that's gonna get them a man. Or nah, you got lied to by that information. They've been deceived. You're gonna be lonely. Okay? And behind the scenes, you're riding a cocked carousel. So you're automatically just done. So see what I'm saying? So I don't even know about the woman intuition stuff, because I think that's their brains and bodies doing certain things. Say you do make this move, right, and suddenly this girl all falls over you. That was not her. Because how the fuck you pick up on that in that much seconds. That's their brain doing it. Say, right, I'm with a girl, right? I'm so clingy. I'm loving on her. Just want to be around her. And she's like, ugh, back off. And suddenly I change my emotion. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even worried about no B word. I'm going to do what I do. But F the B words, these whole. Suddenly her emotions change. Because that was her brain and body doing that. And her mode switch, especially her being controlled by her emotions, she's going to automatically kind of sense that. So my brother Agenda Rose is right. They lack it. They have it in their since they're bombarded with all this mess, they're tapped out from, you know, being aware of their senses. They're controlled by it, you know, by the environment. You know, they're controlled by the propagated media because their emotions, they're not balanced. They're evil. They accepted this, and it's fucked them. You know, if they want to walk into the truth and the light, but it's not going to happen because they already kind of had this justification in their mind. They're so consumed by evil they can't see. It's over for them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, he is right. He is right. My brother is right. You know? You know? Because they always get into these, like, you talk to a girl, she gonna tell you her life stories. Like, how do you not know to get out of this situation? Like, you so... Their emotions, man. The way they is. You know? That's just how it is, man. They're just naturally just evil. Luring. You know? She has to overcome her nature. I made a video on that. Y'all should see it in the end. If she doesn't, she's gonna be what you call the Jezebel, the Liliths. You know, walking around. Delilahs. You know?